there's recently been some interesting developments as it pertains to both the future of college football and Madden video games, and this is something that was announced by EA about a year ago around this time, but in recent days we've gotten some leaks and more info about this, so we kind of know what to expect going forward. Now, about this time last year, I made a video reporting that EA had announced that they were bringing open world to their video games. Now, they specifically mentioned their soccer game FC at the time when they made the announcement, and they showed some screenshots of what they were working on, but they also did mention that this would also be coming to their American football video games as well, which would be college football and Madden, as that is their only American football games. Now, could they be working on a standalone game? I guess that is always possible, but if they're putting something into their soccer game FC, there's a really good chance it's going to come to Madden and college football because they've always done this in the past. In fact, that's how I've been able to predict so many times over the years what new features Madden would get, because if FIFA got a big feature the year before, there was always a good chance Madden would get it. FIFA got Ultimate Team, Madden got it the next year. FIFA got Real Player Motion, Madden got it the next year, and the list goes on and on. This has happened so many times over the years. And now FC, formerly known as FIFA, is getting the open world this year, supposedly. Now let's watch a clip really quickly of the announcement last year so you can kind of know what I'm talking about.
The building blocks of fandom for younger generations are in creation, expression, and social connection. To capture this, our teams are hard at work on a couple of new projects. They're building unique new experiences, virtual open world playground spaces where you, your friends, and the fan community can come together to experience avatar-based collective play, both competitive and casual. Now, we're talking about two distinctly different experiences for FC and our American football franchises. And while we're not ready to share more just yet, we're incredibly excited to introduce these new experiences into our ecosystems in the years ahead.
Now, again, you see that he mentioned that it would be coming to their American football games as well, but let's talk about what happened recently. There was a leak a few days ago on Twitter, and it's kind of been getting passed around that in FC 27, which is set to release later this year, they're going to be introducing a game mode called The Grounds, which is their open world. It's their version of the park or the city in NBA 2K or the island in WWE 2K. This is a blueprint that 2K has laid out for many years. They've had it in NBA 2K for over a decade, and in recent years, they've even brought this to their wrestling game WWE 2K. Now, why EA has waited so long to implement something like this in their games, I don't really know, but I guess better late than never. Now, depending on the type of player you are, you're either going to love this or hate this. If you're a guy that likes to play career modes and stuff like that, you're probably interested in this. However, if you're strictly a dynasty franchise player or maybe just strictly an ultimate team type player, maybe this doesn't interest you that much. But the fact that this is coming to FC this year officially means there's a decent chance we can expect this in the next Madden and college game, or if not the next one, maybe the year after that. One thing is for sure, if they are building this out for their FC game, a lot of money and time is involved in that, and typically when they do really big intense features like that, they want to get the most out of them. So if they make sense to be incorporated into their other games, they're going to do it. And open world and FC can easily work similar in Madden or college football. And again, they said that they wanted to bring this to their American games, so why not? Now, what do we know about this mode? We only know a little bit so far. We know that there's going to be different regions. Maybe this is similar to affiliations if you're familiar with NBA 2K. How that's exactly going to work, how they're going to implement it, we don't know yet. How big is this open world going to be? We also don't know. I would hope that they would look at what 2K did well over the years that people liked when 2K was rising to the place it is now versus kind of what it's turned into over the years and things that people didn't like. Now, we're going to go over more of maybe what you can expect, what we know about the FC game and what this potentially means for college and Madden. But really quickly, here's a word from today's video sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Arena Club. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I love sports cards, and with Arena Club, your next big hit is literally just one click away. Arena Club makes everything instant. You don't have to go hunt down boxes. You don't have to submit cards for grading. You can literally pull graded cards and have them sent to your house right away. Arena Club has these things they call slab packs, and you have different levels. You have diamond, you have emerald, you have ruby, you have gold, silver, and so on. So for instance, right here, we have this Ruby football pack, which I'm going to click on. And what's great about Arena Club is it'll show you the grails that are available in this pack, and these are always updated for each pack. It'll also show you the chase cards that you have a chance to pull as well. So I'm going to go ahead and open this slab pack and see what I get. I could get one of the grails, I could get a chase card, or I could get something else that's also pretty good. You never really know what you're going to get, and that's the excitement of it. And we're going to get a downtown Saquon Barkley, which is pretty good. Now, I actually really love downtown cards. There's some of my favorite cards out there. I like Kabooms a lot as well. If you're familiar with cards, you know what that is. But the great thing about Arena Club is if I want this card now, I can get them to send this exact card that I just pulled to my house. If I want to put it in my vault for selling or trading later, I can do that. But my favorite part about Arena Club is they give you an instant offer on the card that's about 90% of what it's worth. So if I don't want to deal with having to sell it or list it or ship it myself, I can just accept this $675 right now and it goes into my account. I can withdraw it. I could use it to buy more packs or other cards on the market. I personally love to use Arena Club for my pack pulling fixes nowadays. I just love the way their system's set up, and I've gotten some pretty cool cards from them. Don't miss this. First-time collectors get 20% off. arenaclub.com/Rayweather. Code Rayweather. Now, what else we know for the FC game is that we know that they are going to have a Game Pass. That's kind of just something to expect nowadays. It's not something a lot of us love, but EA already does this in their Ultimate Team modes. 2K does it in their city or park. They're going to have this in the open world as well. That's going to be their way of making money. That's why I'm kind of surprised EA hasn't done this long ago, because this has been such a huge moneymaker for 2K and microtransactions, and we know EA is very similar in their love for microtransactions, so I'm not sure why they haven't done this already, but yes, they're going to try to get money out of you in this mode any way that they can. We also know that there's going to be ways to play maybe 3v3, 5v5, maybe even with football it could be 7 versus 7. We'd have to see how that plays out. We also know that they plan to have a bunch of mini games inside of this mode in FC, which makes sense. I mean, when you want to go online and play, you might not want to just play the regular style of mode where it could be 3v3, 5v5. You might want to also have some side little mini games that you can play as well. Think of these like house rules or maybe just actual mini games. I mean, we've seen in college and in Madden, they've had a ton of mini games that they've added back over the last few years. So you can maybe incorporate that into an open world where you can play rushing attack or you can play the quarterback drills head to head. Maybe they create some brand new mini games that you could also play as well. But judging off what they're doing for FC, they're going to do something similar when they eventually bring this to Madden or college football, unless it is going to be a standalone game. I mean, we haven't had an NFL Street for years. We haven't had something like NFL Blitz for years, so they could also be working on something like that. But again, if it's going to be in FIFA, I strongly believe it's something that they're going to bring to their actual flagship games, because those are the games that make the most money. Now, I do think that something like this would be a lot better in college versus Madden in particular, because I just think the idea of having a campus for Road to Glory is pretty cool. You already have those kind of side quests you have to do inside of Road to Glory with your academics and your practicing and all that different things you have to balance. They could make these physical things in an open world. You could have a campus where you can go train and work out. You can go to a practice field and do mini games and run drills. Then you can have your area where you can just kind of play, 3v3 or 5v5 and team up with other players that are at your college, quote unquote. Then you can also have like an academic building. You can also have the stadium that you walk to on game day, similar to in 2K when you walk to the stadium when you're ready to play your game. I think all these ideas sound really cool in the college game because of the campus atmosphere that you can implement around this. In Madden, I don't think it would be as cool to me personally, but of course they're going to put it in Madden. If they're putting it in college, it only makes sense. I think in Madden, it just wouldn't be as fun to me. I think, even in college, Road to Glory is more fun than Superstar is in Madden. The whole college campus student athlete part of it, I think, makes it really cool, and the high school portion of things as well. But I do think for college, this could actually be a really great feature if done well, but that is the key. It would have to be done well. But seeing as it's now being put into FC this year, that's something to maybe be excited for the next year or two as it could roll out for Madden and college football. This would be something that would change the game forever, because neither of these games have had anything remotely close to this. I mean, we've seen the Yard and Superstar Showdown in Madden. I think that kind of blueprint there, whatever they would do would be built from that. You would have those elements that are already there, and then you kind of just add more ways to play and build an open world around it. I think that could be pretty cool, but just wanted to kind of update you guys now that this is becoming more of a reality for FC. That also means it's something we have to keep our eyes on as it moves forward to potentially be in the American football games. Now, while you're here, if you want to know more about what to expect coming in college football 27 that we know so far, make sure to check out this video right here on the screen.